I cannot tell you just how much work I have put in for this video. Okay. So the presentation that you see behind me, this one, is my graduation project. It's the last project. It's the last ever collection I made in my college. Like, this was it. This was the last thing, okay? My project was amongst the top 3. I didn't do bad, but I just feel like I could have done better. I could have done better in explaining what my project was. I could have done better in presenting my project. I sort of kind of want to redeem myself. This is literally the only collection that that made me sweat blood. That made me sweat blood. Okay? I did not put so much effort in absolutely anything but this. So I want to explain to you what my final collection was and show this graduation project to you. And I want you to be my juror. Just pretend to be my juror, okay? Just wear a tie, maybe, I don't know, forget about the tie. Wear a blazer or maybe anything. People wear absolutely anything in designing colleges, so you can just wear whatever. I don't know why am I getting into the nitty-gritties. Anyway, you can just sit, watch this really carefully and judge. I want you to judge. I want you to be my harshest critic. This is a little bit bright, but as you can see, this is like dark red, okay? Like, this is like blood red, but this is light. So just every time you see a light tomato red, just know that it's this color, this blood red, okay? I did not want to take any random inspiration for this collection, right? I wanted to take an inspiration from someone close to me or some people close to me. I wanted to make this collection memorable. You know, I was extremely emotional back then. I thought maybe I can take inspiration from people around me and make this collection a little more valuable. The biggest question was, how do I use these people in my collection? And then I came across this photograph. She is my childhood friend's mother. Do you see the lines? And this picture is also clicked by her, by the way. Amazing picture, beautiful picture. Do you see the lines on her face? I looked at this picture and I was like, wait, I can do something with lines. And then I extensively used Pinterest to figure out more artwork with just lines. You know, artwork that only and only consists of lines and nothing else. You know, there are a lot of artists who only make portraits with lines and nothing else. So I thought maybe I can convert these portraits into lines and I can use the converted lines in some way in my collection. This is my mother. And I named the collection this. Capturing the outlines. I don't know if you can see. I think this is mirroring. But anyway, this is capturing the outline. There's also a poetry right here. I'm pretty sure I stole this poetry from Google, maybe. I cannot believe I actually incorporated poetry in my collection. The night is beautiful, so the faces of my people. The stars are beautiful, so the eyes of my people. Beautiful also is the sun. Beautiful also are the souls of my people. I tried extracting some lines out of the pictures of my people. You know, this is the picture and I tried, you know, like converting this picture into lines and then converting those lines into more complicated lines. You know, at this point, I was just figuring out what to do. Like, how do I convert these lines into patterns and how do I convert the patterns into a fabric, essentially? Like, how do I do this? Do I go about printing these or do I go about embroidering these on fabric, or do I weave my own fabric but in this pattern, you know? Okay, so this was the point when I was just experimenting with the lines. This is the original line extracted out of the photograph, and this is a more complicated version of this simplified version. And this was my mood board. I knew that I wanted to use the colors black, white, gray, maybe beige. But I also wanted to incorporate a little bit of red, like just a tiny bit of red to give a little bit color to my entire collection, because I did not want the entire collection to be just black, white, and gray. So I used red as an accent color in my entire collection. This was my idea. Like, these are the few of the garments that I decided on. I didn't make all of it, but this was virtually my collection. The first one I made was a blazer dress, and this entire dress was embroidered by these hands and these fingers, okay? It took a lot of time, but I did it. And this was the blazer. Can you see the blazer? Okay. Can you see the embroidery? I don't know if you can. But these lines exactly depict the initial lines that I extracted from the pictures. And it goes all the way down. After embroidering one dress, I wanted a little bit of variety in my collection. So I started doing tapestry. And this is the top I made. Can you see? This is completely hand woven, and this is tapestry. Like, I did tapestry on a big frame. Like, you just put the yarn and make patterns. There's no stitching or embroidery. I'll show you, wait. This, do you see this? So this is a wooden frame, and there are a lot of nails here, and there are threads that go from the top nail to the bottom nail, and you just hand weave the yarn. Whatever length, whatever thickness you want, you just hand weave it, and then you cut these and you take it out and you make something out of it. I did not think that it was going to work, but it eventually did. So this is all tapestry. And after the tapestry, I was like, okay, now that I've used a fairly simple embroidery technique, and then I've also went ahead and did tapestry. So I wanted a little bit more shimmer and a little bit more glamorous embroidery. So the third thing that I made was a jacket, like a long ass jacket. And that contained beadwork. Again, you can see the lines that I extracted. But now this is made of beads. So I wanted to do a little bit of beadwork as well. So here comes the beading, and that's a jacket. I don't know if you can see, but this is like a cape jacket kind of a thing. So yeah, that was the third thing that I made. Now, for the third thing, for the third look of mine, I decided to hand weave the fabric in itself. You know, I was like, okay, I'm done with embroidery. I'm done with tapestry. I want to make my own fabric now. So now I want to make my own fabric. Like, I don't want to do anything on a fabric. I want to make the fabric myself. Yeah. So this is the handloom woven corset that I made. This is me making my fabric. I'm literally weaving the fabric, okay? I'm telling you, I did a lot for this collection, but I just don't know why. I just never felt satisfied enough with the collection or how I presented it, how I presented my fucking hard work, okay? I was just never satisfied with it. Maybe that's why I'm making this video. So this is me literally sitting and weaving my own fabric. That's the corset. And this is also a top I added later on because the corset in itself was like a, you know, it wasn't giving the thing that I needed from my dress, from my collection. Okay, after making these three things, I was like, where the fuck is the red color? So I decided to weave another fabric, make my own fabric, but use the colors brown and red and make it a little rustic. So that's the fabric I wove. And this is the fabric, and I made like a blazer jacket out of it. And that's the belt I made, and that's me. You can't see me. That's pretty much the blazer jacket I made. You get the idea of how the blazer looks. This is how the blazer looked like. I mean, it might look a little bit more bright here, but it's not really that bright in real life. In real, it looked like this. So I made a blazer jacket, and then underneath I made a long black chiffon dress. So this was my last outfit that I made. That's it. I was done with my 4 very, very intricate outfits. And after that, I was like, you know what? I'm not done. I am not done. Like, I was done, but I just needed to do something else. I didn't know why I did it. And it also did not look that great. But I wanted some accessory with the black and red woven jacket that I made, blazer that I made. And I took some floral inspirations. And then I kind of like made my own jewelry. That's me embroidering, and that's a little bit more jewelry to go with only that particular black outfit. Like, I didn't really need jewelry with anything else. But with this, I was like, you know what? Let me just make something. Everything was over. I just felt a little bit empty. You know, I just didn't feel like I did something. Like, I didn't feel like I did a lot of work. You know what I mean? Like that 45 minutes of me explaining everything to the jeweler, it just went by like that. It just flew by. It was just over in no time. And I was like, wait, I've been making this for the past 6 months, and this is now over in like 40 minutes. And now I'm done. But when the results came out, even though my collection was, you know, like one of the top collections, but I still didn't feel like, I didn't feel that I did enough. Okay, if you are planning to go into fashion, or if you're planning to go into a fashion school or whatever, please pay attention to presentation. Like, I always paid 80% attention in making my collections and very, very less into presenting my collections. And trust me, it's 60-40. 60% collection, 40% presentation. Trust me. You need to present your work properly. Like, that's the hard truth I learned after my graduation project was just over. Okay, I did not pay a lot of attention in presenting. Maybe that's why I just felt like I didn't give enough. Like, I didn't do enough. Anyway, that's it. I feel good after presenting this. I feel very fulfilled in my life now. That's it. You can judge me all you want now. And I will see you guys later. Bye.
Non più tra i farfalloni amoroso, notte e giorno di torno girano.